Here we are again, OC Showtime. I am your host, Donnie Henderson. Welcome to the latest edition of the OC Show. We are here, and I have a great topic today. Very, very interesting topic, and one that's going to be probably a two-parter. Well, it is going to be a two-parter because I am going to force you guys to interact with me. I need more subscribers. I need more likes. I need more views because I want to build this into something that will be entertaining, I hope, and beneficial for all sports fans out there. Again, this is going to be a two-parter. Really excited about today's topic. Really excited about today's show. The OC Show, again, is brought to you by Integrity Hair Care Products. Integrity Hair Care Products. Check them out at www.idshaircare.com. Integrity Hair Care Products. A whole bunch of products to choose from for men and women. Um, please check them out. Really great products. Again, idshaircare.com, Integrity Hair Care Products. Today's show, part one. Let me start out like this. It's March. Right now, we are in the middle of the conference championships for the men, the women's conference championships for last weekend. And I want to go back to that, right, to start off with. College basketball right now is in a really, really interesting spot. For the first time in my life, and I'm 46 years old, the first time in my life, the women's NCAA tournament is probably more interesting than the men's. Why is that? I'll get into that later. That kind of has something to do with my subject, but in an off sort of way. But that's where we are right now. We're in the middle of the conference tournaments for the men's right now. This is Saturday. Tomorrow is a selection Sunday for the brackets and everything. And so we will be able to see who's playing who. The most anticipated matchup probably in college basketball would be South Carolina women, hopefully matching up with the LSU women again. If you hadn't seen what happened last week, the South Carolina women and the LSU women kind of got into a little bit of a little tussle, got kind of physical. I blame the officials because the officials didn't have any kind of control of that game. And yes, I watched most of that game. Women's college basketball is coming up, whether you like it or not. It is a entertaining product right now. Um, those of us who are, old school, is like, oh, they don't do this and that. No, it's entertaining, and then we need to go ahead and just stop with the chauvinistic ideas and saying, oh, the men, it's a different game, yes, but it is something worth watching. If you're not tuning into women's college basketball right now, you're missing out on some entertaining content. I'll call it that. It's very entertaining at this point. But South Carolina women and the LSU women kind of got into a tussle. You had a brother of the LSU guard, and I can't remember her name. Forgive me. Brother came onto the court. You can't do that kind of stuff, but it's not interesting. Kind of come into what I want to talk about right now. And it's kind of an offset part of what I want to talk about. College athletics, big time college athletics, is more about the coaches, in my opinion. It's more about the coaches, not the players. When you get to the professional ranks, it's more about the players. I'll give you an example. Nick Saban, longtime coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide football, retired, and he cited part of the reason he retired is because of this new NIL, which is another subject that we'll talk about at another show. But coaching in college, the coaches are the faces of the college sports. Bringing us back to the contest, the SEC championship last week between South Carolina and LSU. Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey are the coaches. Those two are the faces of those games. Of course, you've got Angel Reese. Of course, you've got, for the LSU side, of course, you got and I can't think of the young lady's name, forgive me, that pushed the other girl, number 4, down. you've got names in women's basketball, but when Angel Reese leaves and when these other young ladies leave, you're going to have Mulkey and you're going to have Staley. And they happen to be in the same conference and they're going to face off back and forth. Bringing me to my actual subject of the day. Kim Mulkey, good coach. Whether you like her or not, whether you like how she conducts herself, whether you like what she wears or not, good coach, great coach. Dawn Staley, without question, great coach, whether you like her or not. I'm talking about basketball only. Now let's focus on the basketball. Take your personal feelings that you may have for either one of these ladies and throw it out the window. And I'll throw in, another big name coach, Gino Auriemma for UConn. I kind of think he's a jerk, but the guy can coach women's basketball. But I want to stay with Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey right now. These not young ladies, they're older than me. These two ladies, these two fine coaches of the sport of basketball. My question is this. Would Dawn Staley or Kim Mulkey be successful coaching men? Which brings me to the question, can a woman coach men's sports? And I'm not talking about like junior high or elementary. I'm talking about big time high school, college, or even professional. Can a woman coach men? That's the question. And I want feedback from you folks. This is not going to be a really long show, but I want feedback from you folks. Because in the next part of this show, I'm going to give you kind of my breakdown and how I feel about it. Because there's a point to be said right here, because my short answer is this. If I'm 30 years younger and I'm in high school or I'm in college and I see Dawn Staley or Kim Mulkey giving some basketball knowledge, they're kicking some basketball knowledge out to some folks, I'm going to listen. I don't care that they're a female. I want to be the best player I want to be. I want my team to win. And if she can give me the information to win, then I want to do it. So, can women coach men? Now, of course, you're going to have different things. You have different things to consider. What sport is it? We were talking about basketball. Mulkey, Staley, that's basketball for sure. But can women coach big-time college football or professional football? It may be a different answer, maybe the same answer. Can women coach college baseball, minor league baseball, manage minor league baseball, or college baseball or Major League Baseball? Can it happen? Is it something that's possible? Is it something that's feasible? I want answers, and I want feedback. And I want to be able to read some of the feedback back. And hopefully in the next few days, when I get some more feedback from you folks regarding this question, can women coach men? Can girls coach the boys in basketball or football? I mean, the major sports, the major team sports like that. Let me make sure I have this question so that everybody understands. I'm talking about team sports. I'm not talking about individual sports, because a young man who'd be 14 or 15 or 16 who plays tennis would be crazy not to take coaching from Serena Williams. He'd be crazy. He'd be a fool. I'm not talking about like an individual sport or running or training like that, because of course women are more than capable of doing that. I'm not saying women aren't capable of coaching men in basketball or football, but we're going to pretty much keep it at basketball or football or even baseball. Can women coach men in a team sport? Please, please, please like, subscribe. This is just part one. We're going to really, really get into it. I want to dig into this. I want to get into the meat of this. I want feedback from you folks. I want to know what you think. And don't be afraid. Let me know what your opinion is, because I'm going to give it to you straight the next show what my official opinion is. You probably have a little bit of an idea of what it may be, because I just told you. I mean, if Dawn Staley or Kim Mulkey came up to me, gave me some basketball advice as a coach, as a former coach of high schoolers, I'm going to listen. If there's a Dawn Staley or a Kim Mulkey or whoever coach, I mean, and I'm just using those two because they're the most upfront and the ones we know about the most right now. If they had a coaching clinic and I was able to go to it, yeah, I'd go to it and I'd listen. And I'd be a fool not to. They know more basketball than I'll ever know. But could they coach men? Could Kim Mulkey coach the LSU men? Could Dawn Staley coach the South Carolina men? How would that work? How would that translate? I want to hear from you. I want to know. Please comment to me on Facebook, TikTok, wherever it may be. For those of you that are following me, comment on YouTube. I'm going to be putting this all out everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Comment. Let me know what you think because I want to read some of your comments back and I'll say it's from so-and-so saying that this is what they think and we can kind of have a dialogue back and forth. And I need more subscribers because if I get more subscribers, then I can have live shows. And then when I can have live shows, then I can have some of you on. I'm going to have more guests. I'm going to have more people going on. But I want to be able to get some interaction with you folks so that these shows can be the best they can be. Again, can women coach men at high level college or professional sports, team sports? Short OC show. I'm going to get back at you guys real soon because I'm going to get at this feedback that you guys are going to give me. Thanks very much for you. Look forward to all the feedback we're going to get on my question. See you later.